Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a great day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. And if you guys are looking for investment opportunities, I would definitely click subscribe. I talk a lot about a whole bunch of different sectors. The sectors that happen to be undervalued at the moment are usually in commodities just because they are so far mispriced in this market that it provides excellent value opportunities. I'm going to do technology this time. And I just grabbed a random group of technology companies, something like an Amazon, Apple, Tesla, Neo, kind of looking at some of these companies just to see what they're doing. They don't look that great. That's what I see. So I wanted to chart them out and let you guys know what's going on in the technology sector. And I know we talk a lot about commodities, but I also like to see what other sectors are doing around us. It's possible that commodities get pulled back or pulled down a little bit if other sectors are bombing out. So let's take a look at technology, see what it's doing. Let's see if this thing's bombing out. So let's see what the technology sector is doing. Again, this is only financial education. That's all it is. So here's ARK Innovation. This is Cathie Wood's baby. And let's see what it's doing. Bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing. Bearish engulfing, bearish piercing, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, bearish piercing. This thing looks like it wants to tank, and here it is, sellers galore. The waterfall sell-off, I don't see too many updates. We got a bullish engulfing here, reversal, bullish engulfing, but it wasn't sustaining. Didn't break out of this guy. This could be, if you draw a line through here, it broke to the downside. Step one, break downside, a lower high, and if this thing continues to go down, this is a lower low, indicating that it is a new downtrend that's established. It is a new downtrend that is established right here. So it does not look good for the Cathie Wood ARK Innovation ETF. Tesla. Let's look at this overvalued bubble. All right, so you put a line through here, broke to the downside, struggling to maintain to go up. We do have a bullish engulfing here. We've got negative movements all through here. Bearish engulfing coming up. The sell-off, the fight going to go higher. Will this make a new low? We've got the downtrend break, step one. That's the downtrend, or the uptrend break, I should say. We have a higher low, or I mean a lower high, sorry. This is a high, a lower high. And if we break this down here, this like 600-ish area, we break through down here, not looking good. That's looking like a top. So Tesla, this is one of the most heavily weighted companies in the Cathie Wood ARK fund, in all her funds. You lose Tesla, you're done. And Tesla, I mean, they make more money speculating in Bitcoin than they can make in cars. They really can't make any money in cars, apparently. But you know what? That's just me. I'm not trying to badmouth them. They just can't make money. Here's Neo. Neo does not look good. That looks like it's going the way of Tesla. 50 days looking like it's doing the arc of a lifetime downward. We've got bearish engulfing, or bearish piercing, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing. They're coming up all over the place up here. The up days are ceasing to exist. You see red from about this point on. It's red fest. It's putting in a pattern right here where you've got a support line that's about to break to the downside. It breaks this, you're in a new downtrend. So Neo and Tesla, they can marry each other and head lower, I guess. Candy Technologies, this is another electric vehicle fund. I was just charting this out, shoulder, head, shoulder, breaking out to the downside, not looking good. The death cross of the 50 and the 200, yeah, that's fun to say, death cross. But this thing does not look strong. It looks dead like horse or something like that. The trade desk. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Down 18.6% just today. Holy moly. This thing did a skyrocket because that's what these companies do when you lower interest rates to zero. Then you see these negative movements. All through here, this is where I said, watch out, this thing's ready to tank. 975, this thing's basically almost cut in half already. Boom, 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 sell off, sell off, sell off. Broke through this support line, doesn't look good. This could creep up to 600 again and then roll back over. I wouldn't touch this with, your friend's hands accounts or any of your friends' accounts. So, maybe throw it in your enemy's account, but I'm not touching this stuff. Roku used to be a leader. Operative word, used to. Put a trend line through here, broke to the downside. We've got a lower high. Now we've got a lower low that potentially could happen right in here. Remember, these things, they're propped up on wishes and hopes. And you take away that interest. You start putting the interest rate higher. The net present value calculations with higher interest rates do not like current valuations. They are massively overvalued. This was what I was warning about earlier on the channel about money rotation and interest rates. Now we're just seeing it real time. We'll see what happens. I don't want to say that this is a for sure top, but when looking at other companies, it's not looking good. Apple. I called a top in Apple. I said this could potentially be a top in here. We're still banging out a top potentially. Bearish engulfing, shooting on down, bearish piercing, bearish engulfing, bearish piercing, bearish, 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 bearish. There's red painted all over this. Where are the big up days? Where did they go? Who stole them? Oh, wait, commodities did. That's right. Commodities stole all the up days from this guy. And I think if this thing doesn't get moving to the upside, I think this thing's ready to head lower. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't look as bad as maybe some of the, the trade desk or something like that. But this still looks toppy. It still looks like a shoulder getting pumped out. So we'll see what happens. Amazon. Click, click, boom, boom. It shows up on your doorstep, right? That's the Amazon I'm talking about. But it looks like it's not performing all that well. Too many not enough clicks, not enough booms, not enough profit. Only a PE ratio that would rival a junior anything in the commodity sector. And actually, you know what? It wouldn't even rival that because their PEs are nowhere near Amazon's. This does not look like a company that looks strong. This looks like a topping pattern. Look at the 50-day just mute itself. It's like, boom, sideways movement, momentum all killed. We've got bearish engulfing coming on down with good selling pressure. Bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, bearish, bearish, bearish. I don't even see many updates. I just see red painted all over this like it's a battlefield of losses. So we'll see. We'll see what this thing does, but I would expect it to go downward. Workday. Workday putting in the sell day, actually, because look at this thing. Upward trend line, broken to the downside. And again, remember, these things don't have to move immediately. But this thing does not look, strong like bull. It broke this trend line. We'll see what happens. The other stocks don't look as good. Google still looks like it has some life left in it, but you're starting to see a bunch of red days all through here. The up days are becoming less and less frequent. It's still in an uptrend. It's losing momentum though. So we'll see what happens. Baidu, that thing crushed under pressure. Had a nice big up day there, and then it's all sell off. It's all the sellers. Sellers came in, and they're showing what they can do. Alibaba doesn't look too hot. Looks like it's ready to break out to the downside here. This is hanging on by like a loose string, guys. I mean, you got that's like 1 pound test line hanging on. It's about to break and move to the downside. So technology doesn't look good. And that's as expected, though. If you guys have been part of this channel, I've been saying the money's going to rotate out of technology. It's going to rotate out of bonds. Some of these other sectors, the money's going to rotate out and it's going to go into commodities eventually. Will commodities fall when these guys fall? Potentially. They could be stuck together a little bit. You could see technology really, really dive. You could bring the commodity sector down just a little bit. These have been falling at the same time the commodity sector's been going up. So they might be breaking apart where you'll see commodities head higher and technology go lower. We could be there. Remember, these technology companies are highly dependent on what interest rates do. And I think if they lose control of interest rates, these things are done. I mean, they are done. You could see some massive pullbacks. So I like the commodity sector, the technology sector. There might be a few winners in it, but overall, they're running against the wind, not with the wind. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate you guys listening. This is Finding Value.